Hello guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Goals Galore and welcome back to another live stream on the channel. Today we have got a live stream for a big one at the top of the championship. It's Leicester City hosting West Bromwich Albion at, of course, the King Power. Welcoming everybody. Hopefully you have a fantastic Saturday afternoon and joining me here for this one as the teams walk out here at the King Power. Leicester in their home kit, of course, all dark blue, and West Brom in their home kit as well today with the, of course, white shirts with the blue stripes along it. Let me know your score predictions in the chat. Let me know how you're all doing. We'll run through the lineups quickly because it's quite interesting for both sides this afternoon, I must say. Leicester have gone three at the back. Connor Cody's playing for what feels like the first time this season that he's actually starting for Leicester. Of course, big money move in the summer to the Foxes, while of course they've got Voutface, Vestergaard at the back as well. Then in front of them they've gone four midfielders, of course, Ndidi, Winks, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, and maybe Chowdhury at right back is what Sky is saying, but I thought he'd be in a double four midfield. And then they've got Fatawu, Mavia Didi and Jamie Vardy through the centre. Passan Daka is now on the bench. Of course, he missed a lot of chances in the last game I watched for Leicester against Plymouth, so Vardy, time to step up now. As for West Brom, though, they've gone with a very strong side, of course, in the midfield. Villa, Yukuslu, Alex Mowat, Dean Garner, Wallace and Johnson leading the line, and Kipre, Bartley have been outstanding in that partnership at the back this season so far. On the bench, likes of Josh Madger, Phillips, Vyman on there as well, John Swift to come on and impact the game. So quality on both benches this afternoon for both teams to change the game, and hopefully you all enjoy the stream. If you do, smash a like and subscribe as always. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Here we go. Enzo Maresca versus Carlos Gohan at the Hawthorns earlier on in the season. It was such a close game, and it was West Brom who almost held Leicester to a point, but Leicester winning that one just at the end. Welcome everyone to the stream, to the chat. Welcome in Oscar, how you doing? Welcome in Paul, how you doing, legends? Prediction is 1-1. I've gone, let me just check so I can't change my mind. I've gone Leicester 1, West Brom 0. So looking forward to this one, looking forward to it. And Oscar's gone 2-0 West Brom. That would be a really interesting scoreline here at the King Power this afternoon. Of course, if Leicester win, they can go top, but if West Brom win, they can all but mathematically confirm their place in the playoffs. It's a big afternoon in the Championship. We're live at 12 now for this one, and we'll be live later on for QPR versus Preston. Two big games. Then tomorrow there's even more big games at the bottom as well. So a day full of watch-alongs and tomorrow. So be sure you to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of the content. Right, we're about to get the timer started. And Carlos Corberán, of course, he's had experience in the playoffs before with Huddersfield Town losing in the final. He'll be hoping to go one step further this season with West Bromwich Albion, who have had a really good campaign. It feels like they've been fifth for the whole thing. And it's going to be West Brom to get us underway here. They're kicking from right to left in this first half in the white with blue stripes. White shorts as well, white socks, and Leicester all in blue for this afternoon's game. Right, players take the knees. The knee for, of course, no room for racism. And we are ready to go here at the King Power. And off we go. The ball is moving. Welcome everyone to the stream. Hopefully it's going to be a fantastic stream and a fantastic watch along. Paul's good mate. Really glad to hear that. And tough game for Bristol City later on against Norwich. Let me know your thoughts as of today on that one. So ball's moving here at the King Power. And straight away it's just in Villa trying to spread it across to Townsend on the left-hand side. Ball goes forward, really poor pass though, and intercepted by Chowdhury, who it actually looks like he's gone into midfield. Of course, with Leicester we see so often that in possession they go to a back three and then try overload the midfield with the wing backs coming inside. But on the lineups, Sky had it that Chowdhury was going to play it right back. I don't know how that would work, to be honest, so I'll keep you informed on that one. For me, my initial thought was that they're going to play Ndidi and Chowdhury as like DMs, and then further forward in the attacking midfield position, so they're going to put Winks and Dewsbury-Hall and then of course we've got wingers and Vardy through the centre. So that was my initial thinking of it. I'll keep you updated with it though, but in possession, already seeing that it is just Leicester with a back three and Chowdhury in that pivot role, and then it looks like they've actually gone free in front of that. But Connor Cody on the ball here, inside to Chowdhury, of course on loan at Watford last season. But following the Foxes relegation, they decided to keep him for their own this year and see if he can help them get them promoted. Like, nice play out from the back. Oh, poorly given away there from Winks. Ball, oh, what a chance for West Brom. Huge chance. I think it was Dewsbury Hall in the end that gave the ball away. Playing out from the back, Hermanson to Chowdhury. Hermanson plays Dewsbury Hall into trouble. Then he passes it straight to Wallace. And he has to do better. And in the end, it was okay Yakuslu with the shot over the bar. Huge chance that early doors for West Brom. But Leicester playing himself into trouble there. There was no need to do that. Dewsbury Hall, what was he thinking? What was he thinking? But ball back underway, and Leicester now on their first attack of the game. Inside to Vardy, edge of the box for Tawu. Intercepted. Nice interception there from West Brom. Lively start here at the King Power. Very lively start. Who have Swansea got? Swansea have got Huddersfield away. So I'm able to do this one this afternoon as it's an away day. And don't fancy making the trip. Don't fancy making the trip. Here's Winks. Out to the left for Wout Faes, who's been instrumental in this Leicester City team this season for their hopes to get back up to the Premier League at the first time of asking under Enzo Maresca. But recently, the Foxes have slipped off in the Championship, but they're hoping to put things right for the final few games to make sure they claim promotion. Of course, if they win today, they will go to the top of the league. Leeds play later on Monday actually, and then it's Ipswich. They haven't got a game this weekend because Coventry are in the FA Cup action, so that game also still to play. But Leicester, a huge opportunity here to really pile the pressure on, because I think they've got another game in hand. Was it Tuesday? So by that point, it could be them and Leeds in the top two, and Leicester could have quite a big gap over Ipswich. And going into the final day then, all but confirmed their promotion back to the top flight. Let's catch up with the chat. How you doing, Honeygun? Welcome. Hey lads, how are we doing this afternoon? Really good, thanks Honeygun, really good. Welcome to the stream. So we can keep our unbeaten run going today, Paul. Yeah, Bristol City away to Norwich, tough one, but definitely see you making it tricky for them, as you have done for many teams this season. Welcome back, Hull City lover. How you doing? How you doing? And welcome back to Dam as well. I'm at the ground. Okay, very nice, mate. Very nice. Thank you very much for joining this afternoon. Welcome to the stream. And a lot of you legends coming back yet time and time again. Always appreciate it. And of course, that's what really does help the channel. And it's Wallace on the ball here. West Brom in an attacking position. They go back to Bartley. He's quite advanced in his role. Diengana. Ball drops, and Dewsbury Hall's able to not make a mess of it this time. Here's Dewsbury Hall on the left-hand side now for Leicester. Charging forward with 22 on his back. He was a doubt for this game. He's played through Vardy, but he's offside. And finally, we have a little break in play here. Jamie Vardy with the captain's armband on for the Foxes this afternoon. Of course, after the international break, it looked like Leicester were going to go and not steamroll the league, but it looked like they were going to be a lot more consistent. But of course, the first game back, Vardy missed a host of chances against Bristol City. And since then, away from home, Leicester really have started to struggle since the turn of the year. But it's been at home where they've still been somewhat consistent at the King Power. And they'll be hoping that in their running, they only have one away game left this season, which is away to Preston. So that's why I'm so confident Leicester will win the league. But of course, tricky visitors in West Brom this afternoon, of course, at the Hawthorns earlier on in the season there to wrap it up late. Leicester in a 2-1 victory was not the easiest of games for them. So let's see what happens this afternoon. Wouldn't be too surprised if it was something similar. If you haven't already, drop your score predictions in the chat. I've gone 1-0 Leicester City this afternoon. I think they will just about edge it at home. If it was away, probably would have gone for a draw, but at home, just about see Leicester. But early doors, they've started to play themselves into a bit of trouble. They've got to be You've got to be clever this afternoon. They've got to just play simple, not be too clever, but pick the right passes. Against Plymouth, they got into a lot of good positions, but there was no urgency till too late on. So I don't live near Bristol now, but lived there for 42 years, showing my age now. But Lincoln is my local team. We had a big game for them in League One this afternoon. High up the Tigers, absolute legends. Enjoy Cobblers today. Malachi, wait for game, boring. I say 1-1 Bristol City versus Norwich. Big prediction at Oscar. 2-1 Leicester, says Hull City lover. For Championship. Okay, Oscar, I'll try go back on the stream, but if you could try predict them, if you can copy and paste all your predictions and predict them in the Championship video, it's a lot easier, because then when I do the prediction league, I just have to go to the comments of that video and read out everyone. So if you could copy and paste them into that, it would really save me. Dam's gone 3-1 West Brom. That would be an emphatic victory for them. Long time supporting City then, Paul. Favourite moment supporting City? Honeygum with all the questions. Honeygum with all the questions. This is why he's really good at his interviews. If you haven't checked out Honeygum's channel, be sure to. Recently been doing some incredible player interviews at lower league clubs. But awesome. Really do enjoy them. Match of the day next season, rumours have it. But they couldn't afford him, would they? Couldn't afford him. Anyway, ball back underway here for Leicester, the Foxes. Out to the left where it's Fout Faze. Connor Cody on the ball. And back to Yannick Vestergaard. He's so tall, isn't he? Yannick Vestergaard. 15 legends in here. Huge thank you to everyone that has joined this afternoon. If you haven't already, let me know your score predictions in the chat for this game. And if you are new, please do consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. Always appreciate your support. And it's a pleasure having you in our company this afternoon for this one. And Dewsbury Hall, next possession, off in Villa. Ball played through to Vardy, awful first touch, and that one goes out for a goal kick. Lovely that from Leicester. When they break through a challenge like that and skip through a challenge like Dewsbury Hall is so clever at doing, he's got the ability to pick the pass like he did there. But the thing that let Vardy down there was his first touch. Bit too heavy, tried to set himself early doors, but just ended up tripping over the ball. But Jamie Vardy, definitely Leicester's best striker in my opinion. On his day, of course. Recently this season he has dropped off from his usual level, but we all know his quality, especially in front of goal, and he's a player that can definitely change games. And loses out to Kyle Bartley there. Here's Cedric Kipre on the ball now. Of course, I think it was last week the team of the season was announced last Sunday. So at half time, we're going to run through that and discuss it, and I'll let you know my team of the season for the Championship this season. I was going to do a video on it, but I think it'll be a bit outdated if I did it now. Let me know in the chat. Would you still like to see it as a video, or should I just do it at half time? Be sure to let me know. Ball over the top for Mavadidi to chase, and he's going to let that one go as he was offside. Mauled by the Tigers. Have a go, lads. Atmosphere is here. Enjoy the game, mate. Enjoy the game, and up the Cobblers. Up the Cobblers. Tristan, match of the day. Could be calling one day. That would be awesome to see you on there, mate. Definitely. Got to aim high, and never know what's going to happen for you, mate. Knocking United out the cup. That's also a memory for Bristol City fans. Watford 1, Hull City 2, says Glimpse. Ooh, okay. That's going to be a good game. But, of course, you reminded me the other day, Hull have got a good away record, haven't you? There's so many good, interesting games this afternoon. So many. It's Alex Palmer on the ball here. Long ball down onto the left-hand side. It's Johnson chasing. Loses out there. And Chowdhury wins the free kick. He's been quite good so far, this one, Chowdhury. Hamza Chowdhury. Last season when I watched him at Watford, he wasn't good at all, but this season he's seemed to have matured a lot on the ball, and you can see it here. He's calm on the ball. He's like another Harry Winks, but it's Leicester doing the defending now with a ball from the right hand side and into the gloves of Hermansson. He is in the official Championship team of the season. Hermansson, really good goalkeeper in the modern day as well. Comfortable with the ball at his feet. very happy to receive it anywhere on the pitch. And even in his gloves there. Jed Wallace was on the right hand side, captaining this West Brom side this afternoon. But no one in the centre to get on the end of it. But it's Connor Townsend for the throw in here for the visitors. Number 3 on his back. And taking their time here. It's just inside the Leicester half. He keeps taking a few steps forwards. Here's Moet. Goes backwards to his teammate. And Villa goes back to Bartley and all the way back to Alex Palmer. Well, when I watched West Brom come down to the Swansea.com stadium earlier on in the season, it was on New Year's Day actually. I was quite impressed with them, but just really surprised they didn't score against us. I thought they definitely would have. But they've definitely got the quality. They put us under a lot of pressure. Anyway, here's Wout Faes on the left-hand side. We're so used to seeing him attack on the right, but this time Enzo Maresca feels like he can be better use on the left. And here's Vestergaard, every West Brom player behind the ball as Leicester have it midway through the West Brom half. Connor Cody back to Vestergaard, now back inside their own half, and Hermansson now, and really good organised press there from West Brom to push Leicester from midway from their own half into back inside the Leicester half. Nice press there. Hermansson all in a highlighter yellow this afternoon. Has the ball at his feet, and this is what we were talking about, the modern day keeper, able to be on the ball and so calm and composed and pick the right pass. Here's Chowdhury to Fatawu. Inside of Chowdhury yet again. Leicester just keeping possession at the moment and trying to find the gaps in front, and it is Dewsbury Hall in a very advanced position on the left hand side. Vardy sort of come across as it looks like a second striker, and Dewsbury Hall makes a run, ball played over to him. Dewsbury Hall can't quite find a teammate, and in the end it's West Brom player has to come and intercept, but they're on the right hand side. Wallace skips past the challenge. Wallace into the penalty area for West Brom. He's got teammates arriving. Pulls it back. West Brom. Villa. Oh, what a save. Off the line from Chowdhury. What a clearance. Off the line. Hamza Chowdhury been the best player on the pitch so far for Leicester, and he's denied a certain goal there. West Brom knocking on the door here. Dean Garner. I don't know how that's not gone in. He had the whole goal to aim at, but he found Hamza Chowdhury. Out to the left hand side now. Connor Townsend. Here's Villa. Bartley getting involved. Villa yet again. Ball whipped across. Well, for all Leicester's possession, just like against Plymouth Argyle, they are struggling to create against this well-run West Bromwich Albion side. Johnson in from the left, cutting inside. Oh, he's done so well. Johnson skipping through the challenges. Oh, what a save by Mads Hermansson. Straight at him in the end. But Johnson was skipping through the challenges. That's 2 good chances for West Brom in a matter of minutes. And they win the corner here. West Brom, the Baggies, are piling on the pressure to Leicester City, and Johnson and Wallace, both wingers, being involved at the centre of the attack. They're replaying the big chance. Wallace pulled it back, and I think that was Johnson. He's had 2 chances. Chowdhury on the line. What an incredible clearance that was. Johnson straight to Chowdhury. The outstretched leg just about gets it. Cleared away. This game really is heating up here at the King Power early doors. 15 minutes played. Leicester 0, West Brom 0. And it's a corner to the Baggies on the left hand side. In spin. Right footed. And it goes. Not the best delivery. Cleared away at the front post. But Villa will revive it. And that's going to go for offside. So leaves the ball. And Leicester able to play on here. Hamza Chowdhury. A big roar from the home faithful to try and get their team up the pitch. Something they've not really done too often in the opening 15. It's been West Brom with a better start here at the King Power. Winks out to the left hand side. Wout Faes. And he's just going to go back to Vestergaard. He takes a big lunge forward. And then they work it backwards. So far in this game, Leicester no shots and 1 touch in the opponent's box, while West Brom have had 6 in Leicester's box touches and 3 shots on goal so far for the Baggies. Really good start from the visitors here at the King Power. If you're watching at home, be sure to let me know your thoughts on the game so far. But mine are that West Brom are knocking on the door for the opening goal in this one. Bristol City playoffs, yeah, I completely agree with that. I feel like I've been saying it for a few weeks now since Manning come in and gets a few shock results, but definitely reminds me a lot of Russell Martin last season at Swansea, 2 seasons ago actually. A few surprise results, good performances as well, and definitely could happen next season for Bristol City. Could be a memorable season at Ashton Gate. Well, these Leicester fans with their clappers in their hands, he wanted this one to be a memorable season. It looks so promising, but since the turn of the calendar year, it seems to have gone a bit downhill here for Leicester. Of course, it's not over. Thankfully for them, Ipswich, Leeds, Southampton can capitalise on the opportunity of the drop points. But now Leicester can't rely on them to win them the league. They've got to do all the work themselves, and they're on the left-hand side. Townsend, Johnson. Oh, I thought that was in. Just over the bar. And Johnson, that's his 3rd chance of the game. I don't know how he's not scored any of them, or at least he's only got 1 or 2 on target. He has to score this one. Probably the 2nd best chance. It's really poor defending there from Fatawu getting back. Really lazy defending. Johnson, it's dipping. If that's 2 yards further back from Johnson, that's in. Nothing Hermansen could do about it apart from watch it glide over the bar. Unless they need a goal here to settle the nerves. Here's Fatawu on the right hand side, charging at the West Brom defence. Goes for a shot and blocked by keeper. And here's Johnson coming back to defend. He's on the ball. Bartley now stepping out from the back. To Villa. Now Johnson. And they're going to invite Leicester onto them now. Kepre so composed on the ball. And Palmer goes long. Searching ball for Grady Diangana. Faze is there to intercept. And Leicester back in possession of the ball. Vardy has the experience. Daka has the potential. Absolutely Hull City lover. Absolutely. Daka missed 3 really big opportunities against Plymouth Argyle though. And I can see why he's been dropped. Really poor that game. Ball into the box from Leicester. Cleared away by West Brom. Well, the opening goal in this one will be huge for the momentum, and there's actually been a break in play now. Chowdhury, the man penalised for a foul on the West Brom player. Look at this, people. Look at the size on that glass. This will last me all the way probably to the QPR Preston stream. Greaves, champion team of the season. Yep, I remember that one. That was one I was not too surprised at, but I just didn't expect to see him actually in the team of the season. I agree he's been a really good player for Hull this season, but I do wonder, has there been better players? I look at Cedric Kipre for West Brom, and to be fair, with the teams that are gonna finish in the top 6 compared to Hull, I'm not trying to diss Hull or anything, but Hull don't seem like they're gonna finish in the top 6, and I feel like team of the season, you have to take into account what they're gonna, if they're gonna have an extended season in the playoffs, are they gonna achieve anything? But Groove's a solid player, and I'm surprised if Hull are gonna be able to keep on hold of him for much longer in the Championship. He's such a good talent. But the Turkish owners, of course, at Hull doing really well, really well. Welcome in the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're going to enjoy. Said really want the Foxes to finish in the playoff spots. Oh, interesting. So for you then, you want either Ipswich, Leeds and Southampton to make the top 2. Let me know which 2 do you want to go into the top 2, Mr. Arsenal podcast. Very interesting. And it was just a chance there for Leicester. And Vardy, who tried to pull it back from a tight angle, but he's won his side a corner here from the far side. To be delivered, and it goes. Searching ball, but cleared away. Only as far as Harry Winks. Outside to Dewsbury Hall. Left-footed ball into the box. Not a great delivery yet again from the Leicester 22, and ball retrieved with Harry Winks midway through his own half. Midway through the West Brom half. Back to Hamza Chowdhury. Over to the left with Wout Faes. Leicester back in a 3-back position as the players from the corner have got back in position. Here's Vestergaard, the towering centre back. Out to the right for Connor Cody. Lovely bit of play. Ndidi now loses possession and wins the throw. After throwing away such a big lead, they don't deserve to go up automatically. That's a big shout, that, because I look at that two ways. Yes, they built a huge lead and they've bottled it, but you look at the teams below them and they've not been able to capitalise on them. And the reason Leicester is still in that race. Oh, Vardy, oh, it's in! Leicester leads! Leicester lead! You'd have to say it's against the run of play, but Leicester are open to scoring here. Wilfred Ndidi taps home from close range. Vardy with the initial header. West Brom failed to deal with it. And there was the arriving Wilfred Ndidi to open the scoring here for the Foxes. Nothing Alex Palmer could do in the West Brom goal. It was a ball from the left hand side. Leicester flood the blue shirts forward. Without phase, ball into the box. Vardy the initial header. He's onside Ndidi and Palmer can't hold on to it. And it's Ndidi who's the man awaiting and fastest to react to tap home from close range into the roof of the net. It's 1-0 to the Foxes here as they hope to go back to the top of the table. And as it stands, they will be. But just going back to the point from the Mr. School podcast made in the chat, they're just an incredible lead, but I think it's credit to Leicester's incredible run that, you know, the teams below them now are only now really close to them. You know, it's only recently they've been close to Leicester now. I'm able to overtake them. I think that is credit to Leicester's incredible run, but on the flip side of that, you've got to look at it and think, yeah, of course, Leicester have bottled it. Incredible leads, but credit to the other teams then in catching up as well. So I look at it two ways. Leeds and Ipswich for automatic promotion. Very controversial shout, that one. Very controversial. I'd like to see Ipswich go automatically, but something tells me they might step up again this season. They've got quite a few tricky fixtures left this season, whereas I look at Leicester, look at Leeds, and not as tricky. Southampton have got to play the top three still. Oh no, the top two. Leicester and first and third now. Leicester and Leeds. Anyway, free kick here to Leicester on the left hand side. Dewsbury Hall whips the ball in, and that's really poor from Dewsbury Hall. A man of his quality, you'd expect him to do a lot better there from that free kick. And West Brom trailing here, but they have been the better side in this one. 72 points, 44 played as it stands. Hull would have 2 games in hand and would be able to close the gap if they won both their games in hand to 71. So they'd be a point off Hull. It'd be a point off West Brom with 2 games to go after they win both of their games in hand. So today's game for Hull really is huge, and the playoffs definitely not over as it stands anyway. And Villa heads it forward. Chowdhury picks up the loose pass. Long ball over the top for Jamie Vardy to chase onto on this right hand side. He's going to keep the ball in. Vardy got keep Prey to beat. He ends up going backwards to Ndidi, the goal scorer. Here's Harry Winks, moves it across to the left hand side without phase. Maviadidi now to the byline. Ndidi pulls it back across the floor, and Furlong is able to get it away. But they're holding it in the corner here, West Brom, and they're struggling to get away. Leicester trying to pounce on the opportunity. Dewsbury Hall's gone down, and he's won himself a free kick there. West Brom need to be careful here. Welcome in, Mark. Who do I support? I support Swansea, and I'm a neutral for this game. So if you're looking for a neutral view on the game, you found the right place. But yeah, Swansea fan, but absolutely love football, absolutely love the Championship, and that's why we're doing a watch along for it. So welcome to the channel, Mark. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Let us know your thoughts on the game and your score prediction in the live chat. And of course, if anyone is new to the channel and you enjoy the stream, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. Always helps us out here on Goals Galore as we continue to try and grow the channel. So free kick for Leicester on on the left hand side, edge of the box. Dewsbury Hall pulls it back, shot, and it's way over the bar from Fatawi, that one, sorry. Way over the bar. 26 minutes gone. The game's going so fast. The last 11 minutes. West Brom definitely started better, but after Johnson's missed 3 chances, it was then Leicester who knew they had to get the opening goal, and it's a scrappy one from Ndidi, but they all count. Fired it into the roof of the net from close range to give the Foxes the lead here at the King Power. And here's Hermansson out to Connor Cody. Of course, Enzo Maresca rotated aside this afternoon. No James Justin, he's on the bench. No Ricardo Pereira, he's also on the bench. Instead, going with a free back with Hamza Chowdhury in a DM position in front of them. And then Ndidi winks ahead. It looks like a diamond then with Dewsbury Hall, the attacking midfield option, in front of Winks and Ndidi. And then Fatawu on the right. Maybe Ndidi on the left, and through the centre, Jamie Vardy. So looking to dominate midfield this afternoon, Leicester, and control the flow of the play. And so far, in the last 12 minutes, I'd say they've done just that. Grooves keeps us most of the time. That's fair, mate. I don't watch Hull all the time. I always watch the highlights, and to be fair, I've noticed Grooves putting a few big blocks this season. Wasn't it against Leicester earlier on in the season at Hull? He put in a big block. But yeah, really good player. But definitely his place in the team of the season is up for debate, I'd have to say. Here's Connor Cody on the right hand side for the Foxes. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the stream. Here's Wout Faes inside the West Brom half here. Leicester going backwards. Chowdhury, and he's going to go back to Vestergaard. High press here from West Brom, led by Jed Wallace. But Leicester go back to Hermansson in the Leicester goal, and in the Championship team of the season. Goes long towards searching ball for Mavia Didi, but doesn't find him on the left hand side, and giving up possession to Alex Palmer in the West Brom goal here. The game finally starting to settle down after a frantic start here in Leicester at the King Power. By the way, what a lovely stadium it is, the King Power. Definitely one to visit sometime. Could be a Premier League ground yet again next season if the Foxes are able to seal the deal this season. Long ball over the top. Johnson, he's onto it. Diangana was ahead of him and he couldn't play the pass, and now Leicester win the free kick in the halfway line, and 1-0 Leicester. 29 minutes played here. Almost, we're 2/3 through the first half here at the King Power, and Leicester with the lead. And it's a half split into two really. The first half of the first half so far, the first 15 minutes, West Brom definitely the better side, no doubt about that, and I don't know how they didn't score. But in the last 15 minutes, it has been Leicester, so quite equal. Leicester dominating possession, but whenever they give the possession away, West Brom are really direct and going forward with some real pace and power. I just don't know how they haven't scored so far in this one. And ball goes out for a West Brom free kick with goal kick with Alex Palmer ready to take it. So what have we got on this afternoon? We've got, of course, I've got all the games on here. I've got Leicester to beat West Brom 1-0 as my prediction, and as it stands, that will be happening. But of course, the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we've got Southampton away to Cardiff. They're still in the race for the top 2, of course, after everyone above them sort of slipping up recently. And you know, Southampton, we thought for a few weeks they were just going to be able to just hold on to the playoffs and they'll settle for them. But recently, they've done a Lincoln, really, and unnoticed, starting to rise up the Championship, closing down those top 2 positions yet again, as they did around January time. Then we've got Huddersfield versus Swansea, big game at the bottom for Huddersfield. And I'll just stop that for a second because it's Fatawu. Ball into the box it goes and cleared away by Bartley. Leicester have a corner here at the King Power. Norwich at home to Bristol City, big game for the playoffs race. Rotherham versus Birmingham, massive game at the bottom. Stoke Plymouth, another huge game at the bottom. Sunderland Millwall, if Millwall get something there, you'd probably say they're safe. Watford Hull, massive game for the playoffs for Hull. They have to win that one to keep their dreams alive. QPR Preston will be live for that one at 5:15 this evening for a huge game in QPR season. A win, much needed for them. And then tomorrow, Blackburn, Sheffield Wednesday, Middlesbrough Leeds, Coventry Ipswich, all left to be played. And ball from Dewsbury Hall. He hasn't been great at the set pieces this afternoon, Dewsbury Hall. Another one, really poor there. And West Brom on the counter-attack from that. Diangana down the line, and he's disappointed with himself from that cross. Have you renewed your season ticket for next season? I have indeed, Zach. I have indeed. Very pricey, I can't lie. But, yep, next season we'll be going to another season of Swansea football. Hoping to get a few away days done next season, to be honest. I'm looking at Portsmouth. I'm looking at potentially Bristol City away. I'm looking at Plymouth if they stay up. It depends a lot on who stays up. I'd like to do Bolton if they come up, or Lincoln if they come up as well. So try and get about 3 done next season away days. Definitely try and get a few done. But next year, I don't think I'll be as consistent with the home games. I might miss a few more next season due to university commitments. But hopefully you guys all understand that, and I'll get to as many as I can, of course. I absolutely love watching the Swans, and I'd only have to miss it if there was something like really important going on. But in this game, it has sort of died down since the Leicester goal, as I mentioned. Leicester trying to just manage the game out. Of course, they lost narrowly to Plymouth 1-0. It'll be so much like Leicester to just win this one 1-0. And looking at the match stats now, last 15 minutes, Leicester 4 shots, 2 on target, 4 touches in the opposition box, and Leicester only conceded 1 touch in the opposition box and only conceded 1 shot to West Brom. So in the last 15, as I was saying, the first 15 was dominated by West Brom, but the second 15 of the first half has been dominated by the Foxes. And next goal in this one's huge. I think if Leicester get it, they'll end up killing the game off. If West Brom get it, they're back in the game, of course, and anything can happen after that point. But it's Vestergaard in the centre circle here on the ball. 34 minutes played almost at the King Power on a lovely Saturday afternoon here in Leicester and in Swansea, to be honest. Bright blue skies this afternoon, not a cloud in sight. Looks to be a really nice day in the UK today. Here's Yannick Vestergaard out from the back, across the left. Here's Wout Faes charging forward. Found Maviadidi, loses possession, but won back by Dewsbury Hall. And Faes coming inside here to Harry Winks. Faes again, long ball over the top, trying to search for Maviadidi. It's still alive, and Furlong has to get himself out of danger. Really nice play there from Daryl Furlong. Been at West Brom for a few years now, and he's a really good player. Daryl Furlong, really good player. 12 legends in the chat. If you haven't already, be sure to vote on the poll I have going in the chat. Let me just quickly check it. So, the outcome, 16 votes so far. 69% of people think Leicester City will get the win this afternoon. 6% have said a draw. Well, 25% of people have gone for the Baggies to upset Leicester this afternoon. Big predictions there. Bartley out to Johnson. Here's Yakuslu charging at the blue shirts, and lovely bit of play by Johnson, trying to get the Baggies over halfway, and ball lost, and Harry Winks now charges on into the free space on the left hand side. Blue shirts arriving in support in the centre. Maviadidi. Winks now delivered to the back post. That's really poor, really poor. The deliveries haven't been great this afternoon. Have not been great. You know, without Faes, a centre back with the ball in that led to the goal for Leicester. Apart from that, they've been really poor. The crosses from Winks, Dewsbury Hall, Maviadidi and Fatawu, they've all been really poor crosses into the box, trying to search for Jamie Vardy. Of course, Tuesday night we've got a huge game back here at the King Power for Leicester versus Southampton. Make sure you have your notifications on for that one. We plan to go live for it. So many live streams to bring you in the run-in and the promotion race in all the divisions, including the Premier League. Lots of content to bring you, and of course going into the summer with the Euros as well. So much to bring you, so make sure you stick around on the channel for all of that. Ball forced backwards to Alex Palmer for the Baggies. 36 minutes played here at the King Power. And West Brom just trying to have a bit of possession here, settle themselves back into the game, because the first 15, as I've said a few times now, I don't want to get too repetitive. But with a bit of possession settling into the game, West Brom not really good in the first 15. And here they go on the attack again. Connor Townsend, Mikey Johnson now. Johnson looking for a ball into the box. He fakes everyone, including me. Out to Townsend now on the left. Townsend, left-footed, fakes me again. God, I'm getting faked left, right and centre here. Moet in Villa. Back to Alex Moet. Lovely play this from West Brom. Nice passage of play out from the back football. And on the front foot as well. Kipre finds in Villa. Inside to Yakuslu. Back to Villa. And Leicester organised in their defensive shape. It looks like a 4-4-1 out of possession, with Chowdhury slotted into the right back position, doing the Ricardo Pereira role. Welcome to the channel, The Rumbler. Leicester Stadium is so boring. I hate bold designs. Oh wow, okay. Very interesting opinion that. So I guess you're probably not a fan of Swansea Stadium then. What else? Who else has bold stadiums? Personally, I quite like it. I remember Leicester in the Premier League, of course, before they made the changes to the pitch pattern. Leicester Stadium, every week on Match of the Day, they'd have a different pattern on the pitch. Incredible. But it was something to do with the referee and the linesmen getting confused with all the patterns. So they have to have it a certain way these days. And Leicester, is that going to go for a corner? Nope, just about cleared away by Townsend, but Leicester win the throw-in high up the pitch here. Without Greaves, Hull will concede at least 2 goals per game. Ooh, big shot there from Hull City lover, and I'll take your word for it. So, Jacob Greaves for you then is a bit like Carl Rushworth for us, because without Rushworth, I'm certain Swans would have gone down this season. I'm sure of it. He really has kept us in it, and there's no chance he's coming back to us next season. Way too good. A lot of conversation about him potentially getting called up to the Euros, because a lot of England keepers haven't played, of course. Pickford has, but Ramsdale's been dropped at Arsenal. A few other players as well. But yeah, Rushworth, he would do a job. 100%. Good enough. Anyway, West Brom in the attack on the left hand side. They're coming forward. Johnson. Townsend on the outside. Johnson comes inside. Goes down and he wins a free kick. I didn't think the referee was going to give that one. Johnson wins it. Edge of the D. Hamza Chowdhury committing the foul. Well, Johnson, he's been so influential for West Brom so far this afternoon. He sees the dangling leg from Chowdhury, runs into it. So clever there from Johnson. And free kick for the Baggies, edge of the D. It's in a really good position here for West Brom to equalise at the King Power. Hope we get win against Watford to keep our playoff dreams. Welcome to the stream, Harry. How you doing, mate? And yeah, that's a big game for you guys, especially if West Brom slip up here and your game in hand against Coventry, win both of them, and you're right back in it, And of course Norwich have a few tricky games as well, so nothing's ever over until it's mathematically confirmed, and be sure to always keep up the faith. So free kick to West Brom. They've chucked Fatawu in the unwanted roll in the wall, the man to lie down. Vestergaard, Vardy, Ndidi all in the wall for Leicester. Well, it's Wallace, Johnson and Alex Moet over the free kick for West Brom, just to sign what they're going to do, who's going to take it. Madsen Anson lined up his wall, and we're almost ready to take the free kick here. Edge of the D, as you look at it, on the left hand side, just about. It's going to be Wallace. Wallace, right footed into the wall, and he's going back for it. Wallace, another shot blocked, corner kick. Is that going out for a corner? It did take a deflection. Poor free kick from Wallace, straight into the wall. And I think that went out for a corner, but referee disagrees with me, so does the linesman, and it's actually gone out for goal kick instead. That definitely did take a deflection. Anything is possible, absolutely, Harry, absolutely, and welcome to Goals Galore, mate. Welcome to Goals Galore. Watford 0, Hull 1. Ooh, interesting prediction there. Interesting prediction. Here's Hermansen. Goes long for Leicester. Vardy the target. Flipped on by Fatawu instead towards Maviadidi's battling for it. And free kick against the Foxes here. Not sure what that was for. 11 legends in here. If anyone's new to the channel, please do consider dropping a like and subscribing. But you don't have to be new to drop a like, but please consider subscribing to the channel. Really does help us out here on Goals Galore. And another one there, absolute legends. I try not to bang on about it too much because I don't want you guys to get bored about it. But honestly, the impact it has on the channel is incredible. So thank you so much for joining us here. And hopefully you're all enjoying the stream this afternoon. We're live later for QPR versus Preston. I'll be keeping you up to date on the FA Cup game. During that game, we'll be recapping all of the earlier kickoffs as well at 3 o'clock, and all the roundup in all the leagues in England. So you don't want to miss that one. And the second half here as well at the King Power could be very interesting. A lot to sum up at half time, and a lot to preview for the 3 o'clock games and tomorrow's games as well. There's so much going on. I'm trying to cover as much as I can here on the channel. Throw into Leicester on the far side, right? If you're new to the channel, you won't know this, what we do, but at the end of both halves, we do added on time bingo. So in the chat, even if you've not been watching, just drop a number. How long do you reckon is going to be added on to the end of the first half? I'll go, still got 2 minutes left, but I'll go 2 minutes added on time. Let us know in the chat. Added on time bingo. Bit of fun. He's given a penalty to Leicester. What? Yakuslu went over. I didn't think that was going to be a penalty. What is he giving that for? What on earth is he giving that for? Penalty to Leicester. I want to see a replay of this. I don't know what he's giving it for. It looked like it was going to be a foul on the West Brom player. Over the top, Yakuslu and Vardy battling for it. That's not a pen. That's not even in, I don't think that's in the box. It's on the, just outside the line. That's not a pen. That's not a pen. Really isn't a penalty, that one. I don't think that's a foul. Anywhere else on the pitch, that's not giving us a foul. But Vardy from 12 yards to send the Foxes 2-0 up. Vardy, the captain, against Palmer. Saved! He's missed! It was either saved or hit the post, but Jamie Vardy failing to capitalise on a huge opportunity here at the King Power. It wasn't a penalty, and he's missed it. But Leicester coming forward yet again on the ball. Indeedy. What a huge moment in the game that could be. What a huge moment in the game that could be. Never a penalty, and Vardy's missed it. He's failed to take advantage of the opportunity. Went to Palmer's left. He guessed the right way, and he's hit the post. Hits the post, and Vardy was saying since the international break he could be the man to step up. Of course, against Bristol City, he dropped an absolute stinker, and he just seems to not be himself. Of course, Premier League Jamie Vardy and Championship Jamie Vardy are turning to light and day differences. Huge moment in the game, and there's been 2 minutes added on. Added time bingo. This game really is heating up. Well, we've seen West Brom early doors miss a few huge opportunities. Chowdhury cleared off the line. Mikey Johnson had a few incredible opportunities. I don't know how he didn't score any of them. And Leicester scored through Ndidi, but then Vardy fails to capitalise on the opportunity from 12 yards, hitting the post in the end. Palmer guessed the right way, and I think even if it was on target, I think Palmer would have saved that one if he put it right in the corner. But Jamie Vardy didn't have the bottle from 12 yards. Incredible game. It's all kicking off. Honeycomb went 3 minutes, almost got that one right. Huge chance missed for Leicester. Justice served for West Brom. Absolutely. There's never a penalty. Never ever a penalty. Is it same ref as yesterday? I know, Paul. I know. Yesterday's penalty in the Oxford game was an absolute joke. We had no Old Firm derby penalty given to Rangers, which helped them turn that one around and get a draw out of that game. That was never a penalty. So many dodgy decisions. So many. And it's worse for the Scottish Premiership one, the Old Firm one, because they have VAR in that one, and they still give it. But this one, that was never a penalty, and I don't know how the ref's given that. We always do something on the channel called Ref Watch. It was somewhat good until that point. You know, I didn't disagree with any decision. For me, if I don't have to talk about the ref, he's having a good game, and I don't think I've mentioned him once so far until the penalty. Never a penalty, but luckily Vardy missed, and it keeps the game interesting. And that is it for half time. Leicester lead 1-0, but so much to dissect and talk about. So much. Wow, what a half of football. What a half of football here at the King Power. Incredible stuff here. And going back to the poll, 67% of people now think that Leicester will win, 11% think there will be a draw, and 21% have gone for the West Brom win. Let's have a look then at the half-time show, and let's see what we've got to look forward to, as well as the stats and absolutely everything. So be sure to stick around for half-time. Let me just check the chat. Rushworth, his quality is, mate. He is so good. So good. Anyway, half-time screen now. Let me just make sure that the microphone's working. It is. There we go. And nice for us, says Harry as well. Right. 1-0, half-time. Let's turn the TV down a little bit. Won't have to complain about the adverts then. So, the only goal separating the sides is indeed 22 minutes in. From very close range. He couldn't miss. It's hard to miss that one, then score. But Jimmy Vardy missing a penalty on the stroke of half-time, but it was never a penalty. Looking into the stats then, it's 58% possession to Leicester, 42 for West Brom. Leicester dominating possession. I thought it was going to be a bit more than that, to be honest. 7 shots, 2 on target for Leicester, 2 on target, 6 shots for West Brom. 2 corners to Leicester, 1 for West Brom, and 9 fouls each. Wow. So very equal game here at the King Power. Leicester on the ball, love to have it, of course, but going forward, they just take too long. That West Brom can organise themselves so easily, and every time they've got forward, it's been through a fast move. They have to pick up the speed if they want to score more goals. That's going into next season. That's going into the final games of this season. They can't just walk the ball around the pitch, you know, because on the counter-attack as well, that's where West Brom have really been hurting them. Wallace charged down the right-hand side for the first big opportunity of the game, cut it back to Johnson, and off the line from Chowdhury. We had Chowdhury then. He's been probably my man of the match for Leicester so far, Chowdhury. He really has put in a top performance. Hopefully, at full time, it'll let us do the player ratings. Penalty missed. Their question is was it in the box as well? And the only yellow card in the game was for Villa. Didn't even remember the ref giving that one. So on the bench, who have both teams got to change the game? For West Brom, they've got Semi Ajayi, Josh Maja, of course, up top, Phillips, Chalobah, Vyman on loan from Bristol City. Was it a loan? I'm pretty sure it was a loan. Swift, Reach, Fellows as well, and Griffiths, he's not going to come on, the keeper. And the referee, Thomas Bramall, not having a great game. Well, up until that penalty he was. So what changes would I make if I was Carlos Corberán to get West Brom back in the game? What do they need? They need a bit more creativity in their midfield. On the counter attack, they're good at building the ball up from the back and just being direct on the left and right hand sides through the wings. That's where they've been exploiting Leicester so far. So I'd love to see John Swift come on for Villa. Mowat. I'd keep. Who's the other one? I can't remember the other midfielder. Yakuslu. I keep him on. He's been solid. Although he did give away the penalty, but wasn't a penalty. I keep him on. But Villa and Mowat, I'd take one of them off for Swift, and I'd probably bring Fellows on as well for Diangana. Tingana really hasn't seen much of the ball in the first half. And Fellows, we all know his quality, really good player. As for Leicester, what can they do to keep hold of the score at the moment? McAtee on the bench, Atgun, Cannon, Pratt, Ricardo Pereira, Daka, Doyle, Justin. I'd say keep it as it is. Follow Fox says, have to keep it as it is. Right, oh, there's other games going on right now as well. There's other games going on right now. I did not even know. Let's go to here and scores and fixtures. What are the other scores? So, at half time, equal first half, and second half is going to be really interesting. So, we've got Aberdeen 1, Celtic 1 at half time in the Scottish Cup. Really early goal for Aberdeen in that one. What other goals and games do we have going on this afternoon? So, Leicester winning 1-0, of course. In the Women's Super League, it is Liverpool winning against Bristol City 1-0. And it looked like it was a League 2 game. There is Wrexham beating Crewe Alexandra 2-0 at the break. Palmer and Mullin on the score sheet, and both assisting for each other as well. Of course, Wrexham have been promoted to League 1 for next season. National League, Oxford City losing, Barnet winning against Kidderminster Harriers. Chesterfield's back to winning ways. Bromley winning. Oh, okay. National League North. What about National League South? Who did Torquay play this afternoon? Torquay host Havant and Waterlooville. Western Supermare away to Worthing. Ooh, okay. Right, let's have a look at the tables then in the leagues of what can happen this afternoon. So there's not much Premier League action. If I get my paper here, we can look through it. So in the Premier League, of course, Man City don't play as they're in FA Cup action against Chelsea later on. So Arsenal have a huge game at 7:30 against Wolves, and if they win that, they can go top of the Premier League, of course, but Man City will have a game in hand against Brighton, which they'll play next Thursday. Liverpool go away to Fulham tomorrow. Part of me wants to do a watch-along for that one. It'll either be that one or the Coventry Man United FA Cup game. Let me know in the chat which one you prefer me to do. Aston Villa have got a game against Bournemouth tomorrow. Tottenham in the race for the top 6 as well. They don't have a game this week. As of course it was meant to be against Man City, but they're in FA Cup action. Newcastle, they play Man United, but that's postponed because of FA Cup. And Man United in 7th now as well, climbing up the table a little bit. But Chelsea, they're really close to them as well. Chelsea in FA Cup action today against Man City. Could they throw an upset there? Really interesting. We'll be watching that one later on, as well as QPR Preston. Brighton, it's really a disappointing season for them, hasn't it? I know it's 10th, but you'd think building on last season again. Yes, they had European football this year, but disappointing, have to say. Their game against Chelsea postponed. Wolves, of course, host Arsenal later on. Fulham home to Liverpool tomorrow. So 2 big games there for both Wolves and Fulham against 2 sides looking for the title. But I'd have to say, I think it's over. I think Man City now being knocked out of the Champions League as well, I think that'll only help them in the league. More to focus on. And the FA Cup, of course. Bournemouth, they play Aston Villa tomorrow. So today, there's only big games at the bottom. There's only Sheffield United versus Burnley. There's Luton Town versus Brentford. And there is Wolves Arsenal. So only 3 games today for Match of the Day. Not too good. But of course, Burnley, if they win, really does reignite their survival chances. But I think they lose that. I think then both West Brom and Sheffield United are relegated. Luton, huge chance to win. They have to win. Because if they win, then tomorrow they'll go above Everton and Nottingham Forest before they play tomorrow, and that really will pile the pressure on. So Luton have to win today if they want to stay up. No excuses about it. Brentford, good side, but Luton, if they want to stay up, have to win. They can't be relying on other sides. And it's a big opportunity to get 3 points into the Championship then. Leicester, as it stands, top of the league. What a sight that is for the Foxes fans. 43 games played. 91 points to be the first team this season to get into 90 points in the Championship. It looked for some time they'll get there ages ago, but of course 10 defeats this season. I've been looking back, no side's ever won the league or got automatic promotion with more than 11 defeats. If my research is correct, but that's what I remember reading. Of course, goal difference is on their side, and after Ipswich play as well, they'll both have a game in hand. Also, Southampton at home for the Foxes on Tuesday. They've got a big game against Cardiff, because if Southampton win today, 43 games as well will be played. They'll be level, because Ipswich don't play today, of course. That'll be 87 points. It'll just be goal difference separating them, and then they're 2 points off Ipswich. And if they beat Leicester, then that's 90 points, and still Ipswich wouldn't have played. Leeds would have played, but Southampton could be in the top 2 by that point. It's a huge few days for Southampton, but the games, the fixture congestion is wild. We see the Premier League clubs always moaning about it, but Southampton, I think it was like 12 games in 29 days or something crazy like that. West Brom losing at the moment, 72 points. They'll be 7 points off Hull, who have 2 games in hand on them, so can cut the gap to 1 point. But if Coventry win their 2 games in hand, they'll cut the gap to 3 points. Would it be? That's 69, 4 points. No, it won't. Can't do maths. 3 points. It will be 3 points going into the last 2 games. Norwich, of course, big game for them today. They could slip up, win, and as it stands, they'll overtake West Brom into 5th place. So going down to the bottom of the Championship, then Rotherham, of course, already relegated, and new manager as well today. Be interesting to see how he does. But Birmingham have to win against them today to get himself to 48 points. Sheffield Wednesday and Huddersfield Town, you'd think both of them have to get a result today and a win, because QPR play later on, put the pressure onto them. Stoke play Plymouth, massive game, but Sheffield Wednesday don't play actually tomorrow against Blackburn. Big game, that one. Right, enough time to go into League One and have a look at that going on into today's games. Of course, huge win last night. Well, no one won. Huge point for Oxford, and ending Stevenage's playoffs hopes. So Lincoln, a win today will see them go 6th place, and hopefully Blackpool can do them a favour as well by beating Barnsley and help themselves out as well, which would really go into the final day of League One season being so interesting if that was to happen. At the bottom, could anyone get relegated today? Fleetwood could. Fleetwood could get relegated, and if Burton Albion win, Port Vale lose. That's 46. So Port Vale and Fleetwood could be relegated today. Cheltenham can't be relegated today, but Port Vale and Fleetwood can. Okay, half time in the QPR Preston game, we'll go through all this, and let's finally have a look at League 2. League 2 then, Stockport County promoted, Wrexham promoted, and Mansfield promoted. The autos are confirmed. The playoffs, though, is now the only interesting bit in League 2. What order are they going to finish in? Walsall, of course, knocking on the door, and Doncaster with a game in hand. It's in their hands to finish in 7th place at the moment, over Crawley and Walsall. Barrow in there as well. And as we look down, Notts County really did drop off after Williams left, didn't they? Newport County as well, they were in the conversation for the playoffs for quite a while, dropping off. But Forest Green Rovers have been relegated, and Sutton can be relegated today as well if they lose to the National League. Not great for them, but they can be relegated, of course. All it would take is for them, if they lose and Colchester draw, it's over. Well, not even a draw, just if Sutton lose. But then, of course, if the other team win. National League. Of course, Chesterfield won the league ages ago. Now, it's the final day. Okay. So as it stands, it will be the playoffs for Halifax against Altrincham. Of course, Bromley and Barnet will make it to the semi-finals, but the quarterfinals of the playoffs will be Altrincham versus Halifax, Solihull Moors versus Gateshead. Aldershot trying to sneak in there if they can. I'm not too sure on the scores at the moment. We'll round up at full time. When these games are finished. Oxford City relegated, of course. Bourne and Wood as well. They had a good. Was it this season they had a good FA Cup run, or was it a few years ago? One of them. Kidderminster Harriers, another FA Cup name. Wow. So I think are they ready for the second half? No, not yet. National League South. Of course. It's Torquay that is safe. Yeovil will be going up automatically, and a lot of playoffs there as well. Awesome. but Western Supermare midfield. Truro City, they've had so many games recently. So many games. I think they had 7 games in 12 days, and I'm not even joking. That was ridiculous. Torquay United, safe for another season at Plainmoor because they went into administration recently, but they found a potential buyer and a preferred bidder. Hempstead surviving as well. They've got one more game to play. That's our final day of the season today as well. Okie dokie. Right, I think we're ready now for the second half. Players are out. Let's have a look. Yep, they are out. So let's get this ready for the second half. Hopefully you all go on to enjoy the second half. If you do, be sure to smash a like and subscribe. Let's have a look at the poll one more time before the second half starts. Keep on voting, guys. I'll be checking it throughout the second half. 73% people think Leicester will hold on to the win. 9% have gone for a draw, while 18% have said West Brom will turn it around and get the win this afternoon. Okay, so let's have a look then. Are we ready to go? Wrong one. Let's start the timer up. Jamie Vardy, got to put that penalty miss to the back of his mind. It's only Leicester out at the moment, so we've got time for a water break. Only Leicester out, ready for the first half. West Brom are nowhere to be seen at the moment, still in the change rooms. Another thing crazy with Truro as well. They had to travel to Gloucestershire City's grounds every week for a home game. Wow, I didn't know that one. Well, Honeygun's got all the facts. Yeah, but ridiculous schedule. And you know, can you imagine Jurgen Klopp doing that? You'd be fuming. But yeah, that's the thing. The big people at the top. While the West Brom players come out, we've got a few seconds to talk about the FA Cup. The Premier League have ruined it. The Premier League teams have ruined it. You know, they don't mind having second legs in the Champions League then, but when it comes to an FA Cup replay, which, you know, in some cases can be looked at as a second leg, you know, they're not happy for that. But they're okay to play European competitions. But you're ruining the magic of your countries that your club's located in. Biggest competition and most historic competition as well. You're ruining that. Baffles me. Second half's supposed to get underway then. Let me know your full-time score predictions. I'm going to keep mine at 1-0 with Vardy missing that penalty. I reckon it could be a sign. And we're ready. Nope. Dewsbury Hall was offside from the kick-off. Don't see that too often. And now we're ready to go. They tricked me with a timer there. Ready to go for the second half. Big half for both Leicester and West Brom. And it has a huge say on Leeds, Ipswich, Southampton, Norwich, and Hull and Coventry. I don't think Middlesbrough will get the playoffs now. I think they've dropped too many points. But they're all the teams that this game impacts. Really does impact them. But as it stands, it's shooting the Foxes as they lead 1-0, and they'll be hoping to hold on to that lead for much longer to go here. Here's Vestergaard inside his own half. And on the ball here for the Foxes. They've got to speed it up though. They've got to go through the thirds in transition. They've got to pick the pace up. They're doing it here. Harry Winks inside to Chowdhury. Chowdhury's got a man to the right of him. Finds him. Here's Connor Cody in an advanced position. Cody ball into the centre. Vardy. And that's going out for a corner. Lovely start from Leicester. Just what we were saying. Pick the pace up. They did it there. Lovely example from Chowdhury working the ball to Cody. First time. Lucked up, took a touch, into the box. Vardy got a bit of contact on there. Header was going wide, but he's won a corner anyway after the deflection from the West Brom defender. Next goal in this one's huge. Next goal is huge. So it's going to be Dewsbury Hall to deliver. I know it won't. That's for Tau. And it goes really poor corner. Edge of the box for Winks. Puts it back out to Fatawu. This cross has got to be a lot better. Fatawu. Down the byline, Ndidi cuts it towards the back post for Mavia. Ndidi headed behind for another Leicester City corner. They're piling on the pressure here early doors. Leicester City looking for that second goal to try see the game out here. But the quality of crosses in this game has been absolutely awful. Fatawu's corner was awful. Ndidi's cross was lucky, you know, that Furlong ended up heading it across. Another corner here, another poor delivery. And that one's gone out for a Leicester throw-in now on the near side. It's huge disrespect to the lower league clubs. I really do hope they return the decision. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. You know, I was talking about the Brentford impact it had on them getting a replay against Southampton 10 years ago. You know, for the TV revenue of that against a Premier League club, it was like £500,000 just from revenue. That's incredible. You know, that can completely transfer a club. Can you imagine like Kidderminster Harriers getting 500 grand off TV revenue? What would that do to them? You know, put it into the academy, helps the club so much, and the Premier League are trying to, you know, increase the gap between the lower leagues and the Premier League. You know, we're already seeing a huge gap this season with all the promoted sides in the bottom three. It's not helping. It's not helping. And this is just another decision that won't help the EFL clubs get closer to the level of the Premier League clubs. It's gonna, you know, the gap is getting bigger and bigger. Ball in the box from Leicester, and that goes out for a goal kick. Let's like and show some support. Great channel, Goals Galore. Really appreciate that. Sprintson, thank you very much. And yes, if anyone does feel like dropping a like and subscribing, completely free to do. And be sure to hit that big red subscribe button. Really does help the channel out. Thank you everyone that has joined us on the journey today. We've already gained 5 new subscribers. Absolute legends. Absolute legends. And if you were here before, then thank you for your continued support. As always, always appreciated. 48 minutes in this one, and West Brom, they'll be scratching their heads how Johnson didn't score at least one in the first half. He had a few really good opportunities, but Chowdhury, that goal line clearance, could come back to haunt them. And Johnson after that though had another big chance where he fired over the bar from close range. Throw-in note for West Brom here from the near side. Furlong to take. The likes of Keeper are in the middle. Furlong launches this one in. Into the box it goes. Headed into the gloves of Mads Hermansson, who's going to look and try and get the play underway quickly. He does. Here's Fatawu. Fatawu driving. The white shirts, if he switches the play, he does. Lovely ball to Maviotidi. Just behind him, Maviotidi in the penalty area. Maviotidi goes for a shot, doesn't wrap his foot round it. Out for a goal kick. But really promising there from Leicester on the attack. Nice bit of play. A lovely switch from Fatawu to Maviotidi. Fast feet, he's just trying to wrap his foot around that one into the bottom corner. Just doesn't get enough on it. Enough curl. West Brom lose possession in midfield from it in Villa. Dewsbury Hall flicks one over the top, intercepted by Yakuslu. And Wallace has won the second ball. Jed Wallace through the centre, driving forward. And Grady Diangana has gone out to that right hand side now for West Brom. Lovely ball over to the right. Furlong in a load of space in the penalty area. Furlong cuts it back. Leaves it go. Shot in. What a save. West Brom still trying to dribble it in. Chowdhury off the line again. Incredible. Hamza Chowdhury, for the second time in this game, has headed over, has denied a certain goal. How have West Brom not scored? I'll never know. Hamza Chowdhury is not letting West Brom score today. Another goal line clearance. He's just tall enough to get ahead and touch on that one to head it over his own crossbar from underneath. Grady Diangana missing from 6 yards out. What a clearance off the line from Hamza Chowdhury. Second time in this game. West Brom are pushing, but Hamza Chowdhury getting a huge appreciation from his teammates. Ball in from West Brom. Hits the crossbar. How's he missed? At the back post. Grady Diangana. All he had to do was tap home from 2 yards out. What a ball into the box for West Brom. Initial header one. Hits the crossbar. Diangana right in front of goal. I don't know how he's missed. 2 huge chances in a second for Grady Diangana. I don't know how he's not scored. I have no idea. Kipre hit the crossbar. Hermansson was stood still. Ball deflects down to Diangana 2 yards out. And I genuinely think that's one of the worst misses of the season we'll see. Awful miss from Diangana. That's 2 misses in a matter of seconds. West Brom knocking on the door, but at the other end of Leicester and Maviotidi. Edge of the box to Harry Winks. Here's Ndidi. Left-footed. Plays it across and found Maviadidi now. Maviadidi. And the game has stopped. What's for? Offside, potentially? I'm confused here. Wow. Game is livening up here. Really, really good game of football. But I don't know how West Brom scored. Hamza Chowdhury is reluctant to let this lead slip. He wants to be a Premier League footballer next season with the Foxes. And he's been my man of the match for Leicester this afternoon. He's been incredible for them. Absolutely incredible. But for West Brom, they are continuing to knock on the door. And I don't think there was any half-time changes for either side. I'll quickly have a look, but I don't believe so. Looks much like the same in the first half. No changes in this one so far, but it's Maviadidi on the near side for the Foxes. Slips the ball down the line to Jamie Vardy. Vardy now. Back to goal and goes backwards, of course. Needs to put that penalty miss to the back of his mind. But it could cost Leicester, in hindsight, the title. But they still lead 1-0 here. Cody to Chowdhury. Nice ball round the corner and lost possession there. Ndidi didn't see the man charging onto him. And Leicester win the ball back. Here's Winks. Midway through his own half. Dewsbury Hall on the left-hand side. Charging at the white shirts. A roar from the home fans. Maviadidi now. Fast feet, goes to the byline this time. Cuts it across the face, a goal! Oh, they not scored. All it would take is a touch from Jamie Vardy to put the Foxes 2-0 up. The ball fired across the face of goal from Maviadidi. Furlong thought he was going to cut inside and have a shot, but he went on his left foot this time. How's Vardy not scored? He's now missed a penalty and this huge chance at the back post. Has to score. Has to score. Enzo Maresca can't believe it. The Leicester fans inside the stadium cannot believe it either. Another huge opportunity missed. And West Brom, referee saved them then. Almost lost possession in a really good position there. But the referees saved them there. Yannick Vestergaard, the man, fouling. Well, what a game on this Saturday lunchtime. It is 1-0 Leicester, and somehow there's only been one goal in the game. Leicester have missed a penalty, missed a few big chances to go along with that, and West Brom have missed sitter after sitter. The latest of the chances come into Grady Diangana, 2 in a few minutes, and in between that, Cedric Kipre hitting the bar from the corner. They're knocking on the door. They're so close to finding the equaliser, and the warning signs are there for everyone to see, including Enzo Maresca. Long ball over the top from Connor Cody. Searching for Tawu. He does, and Kipre in the end intercepts. 35 minutes to go here at the King Power. The game far from done here in Leicester, but as it stands, they will be going top of the league yet again. They've been there for a majority of the season, but in recent weeks they started to slip off. Leeds have been there, Ipswich have been there, Southampton hope to be there soon. It matters who's going to be there after match week 46. Of course, not long left of the season now. We've got how many months? How many months are in this year? No, how many days are in this month? 30. So we've got 10. We've got 2 weeks left of the season. 2 weeks today is the final day. So much to happen in the next 2 weeks. So much to happen and to be decided. And then of course you've got the playoffs. So the fun just keeps on growing and keeps on getting better and better. West Brom on the ball. Back to Kipre. Across to Kyle Bartley. We are 56 minutes into this one. Long ball searching for Wout Faes and loses possession. Ball touched though by Dewsbury Hall. Gives the ball to Villa. Ball played through to Wallace. Furlong. Across the floor and the box it goes! How on earth has that not gone in? It's Diangana again. Diangana again. How has he not scored? 3 huge chances missed from the West Brom player. All he has to do is get it on target and it's a goal. I have no idea how he's not scored. No idea. It's just not his day. I don't know how he's not scored. Nothing Hamza Chowdhury could have done about that one. I have no idea how he's not scored. How have West Brom not scored? How's Dieng Garner not scored? So many questions and I don't have the answers. I have no idea. Absolutely remarkable. Remarkable. I don't know. Well, they're doing well at not scoring. If only I had points for putting the ball past the goal, not in the goal. Here's Cedric Keeper for the Baggies. Cross to Kyle Bartley. Approaching the 60th minute here at the King Power, and pull header away from Connor Cody, and West Brom win the throw in on the left hand side. Here's Townsend inside to Villa. I don't know how it's 1-0. I do not know how Leicester have kept a clean sheet this far. It's threatening to heat over between Dieng Garner and Connor Cody, but luckily both of them break it up themselves. Ball back underway, and we're still playing here. Johnson back to Townsend now, across to Cedric Keeper in the halfway line. Here's Kyle Bartley. Bartley going forwards. Inside for Dieng Garner. Dieng Garner yet again. Lovely bit of play. Finds the run of Yakuslu. Yakuslu out to the left hand side. Here's Johnson to the byline. Cuts it back across the face of goal. Still in there. Dieng Garner. Shot blocked. And past the post again. All the chances falling to Dieng Garner. He just cannot. He just cannot score. He cannot score. Lovely bit of play from Albion. Lovely bit of play from the Baggies. I don't know. I don't know how they've not scored. There's a brick wall in there, and it was Wout Faes in the end who put the block in. So corner to West Brom on the far side. Can the Foxes continue to stand strong? Ball in. Cleared away by Fatawu. Hoof forward. All the way down the line, and Palmer will end up collecting. 30 minutes to go here at the King Power. This is what the end of the season does to you. So incredible. And Carlos Corberhan, I don't think he can believe how his side hasn't scored tonight. But this afternoon. I have no idea how they haven't. Second half stats: 5 shots for West Brom, 3 for Leicester, 2 on target for West Brom, none of Leicester's shots on target. An expected goals for West Brom of 0.95 in the second half alone. That is remarkable. In the second half alone, an XG of 0.95. That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to check it for the whole game so far. Have to check it for the whole game so far. That is absolutely ridiculous. Unbelievable. Here's Vestergaard. To Wout Faes. Down the line it goes. And looking at the XG in this one, Leicester with 2.28 XG. That penalty, of course, helping out a huge amount. But for West Brom, 1.77. They only say there's 1 big chance missed, but for me, that's 3 big chances missed for West Brom. 3 huge big chances missed. And the ball is with the Foxes. Half an hour to go. And they've lost possession, and back with Cedric Keeper inside his own half. Here's Bartley. Cross to Furlong. And Villa. Down line to Dieng Garner. He'll be very frustrated with himself how he's not hit the back of the net this afternoon. I don't know how he's not hit the back of the net. Have no idea. He's had a few really good chances, but they all gone begging. But Leicester can't see the game out yet. They missed from the penalty spot. Huge opportunity missed. And ball lost there from Yakuslu. Dewsbury Hall tries to find a pass, and Palmer's equal to it. And it goes to Furlong. West Brom and their fans trying to encourage them to go forward, and they're just trying to break down Leicester here. They're getting into the penalty area. They're getting some really good positions. It's just they cannot do the final thing and the most important thing in the game, which is put the ball in the back of the net. 18 minutes to go here. Sorry, 28 minutes to go here. Furlong. Poor touch. Connor Cody. So good from him. Really composed play from Connor Cody. And the ball on the left hand side of Maviodidi. He's charging forward at the white shirts. Maviodidi inside. Skipping through the challenges. Loses possession out to Diangana. And here's Alex Mowat. Inside. Johnson to Furlong. Bit of tennis in the midfield. No side able to keep hold of the ball. And finally brought down by Leicester. Here's Dewsbury Hall running through the centre. Dewsbury Hall trying to go alone. Goes down and trying to do it all on his own. He's way too much there. Giving the ball away to Kyle Bartley. And Bartley still got Dewsbury Hall for company. Dewsbury Hall not giving up there. But he had to pass before. Had to pass. 63 minutes on the clock. And you can just sense the nerves at the King Power through the TV screens. The Leicester fans with their clappers trying to put on the brave face, but we all know that they're going to be very nervous considering the chances West Brom have had in this one. They're knocking on the door and they're threatening to find an equaliser in this one. Furlong for the throw in. In it goes towards Yakuslu. Now Cedric Kipre charging out from the back for Albion. Downline it goes. And Chowdhury tidies up in midfield. He's been so good this afternoon, Hamza Chowdhury. My man of the match for West Brom. For Leicester. I've said it quite a few times now. My man of the match. He's been terrific. Absolutely terrific. Still no substitutions. Still no substitutions at the moment in this game. Dewsbury Hall over to the left for Maviodidi. Finds Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall to the back post, trying to float one in. It's gone across to Fatawu. Fatawu now. Chowdhury, ball in the box, fired in and deflected away. Back out to Hamza Chowdhury. Here's Fatawu on the far side. Fatawu, a few step overs, goes to the byline. Beats his man in Townsend. Floated in towards the back post. It's 2-0! Jamie Vardy has scored this time. It's 2-0 to the Foxes. And that will surely be that. He's done what West Brom couldn't. He's put the ball in the back of the net. Jamie Vardy, at the end of the first half, he missed from 12 yards, but he didn't miss this one. Lovely attack from Leicester. And Jamie Vardy has headed home from close range. The skipper for Leicester delivers when he wants, not when he's told to. Hamza Chowdhury, lovely ball out to the far side for Maviodidi. Fast footwork, beats his man in Townsend into the box, and Jamie Vardy, right place, right time to head home for the host share. What a lovely ball into the box, and Jamie Vardy, unmarked, lost his marker from the centre of the box, heads home past Palmer, and that's Leicester 2, West Brom 0 here at the King Power, and it's all going the Foxes' way. Well, West Brom, they'll be scratching their heads. I don't know myself how they've not scored. I have no idea. They could have scored at least 3 goals, 4 goals maybe. But Hamza Chowdhury, once again, creating that goal. Lovely ball out wide to find to find Fatawu. Fatawu with a fast feet, and that goal is incredible. What a finish from Vardy. And as it stands, 91 points from 43 games and a plus 43 goal difference, which is 11 better than Ipswich's and 1 better than Leeds United's. Of course, it could come down to it on the final day, goal difference. But at home this season, the King Power has been a fortress for the Foxes, and they're determined to keep that going this season for the final few games, as Carlos Corbehan is now going to roll the dice and make a few changes. They've been toe-to-toe with Leicester, just like they were at the Hawthorns. But in this tie, they have not been able to put the ball in the back of the net. The most important thing in football, they've not been able to deliver. Grady Diangana missing a few big opportunities, as well as his opposite winger in, what's his name, Johnson. He's missed a few big opportunities as well. Hamza Chowdhury, though, standing strong, creating going forward, being Leicester's best player this afternoon, and every minute that goes on, it just certifies in my mind that he's been the man of the match today. He's been so good, so influential, both defensively and on the attack. And Leicester, Maresca made a few changes going into the game. He brought in Conor Cody, he took out James Justin and Ricardo Pereira, the full-backs, and he decided to go free at the back. And it's working this afternoon with, of course, Chowdhury coming in as well as the other change, and Vardy starting through the middle up top. It's paying off, and with not long left to go the game, with 23 minutes, we've played 3/4 of the match, 1/4 to go. Can Leicester increase the party? Jamie Vardy's having a party once again, this time in the Championship, on what could be a promotion party as we close in on the end of the season, of course. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Goes back to Harry Winks. Nice bit of play in the triangles here. Dewsbury Hall. Well, this is not only a big result for them, but it's a big confident booster for the Foxes as well. They need this. And a clean sheet as well will do them the world of good. The last time out against Plymouth, away at Home Park, it was a tricky place to go. They created a lot, but it didn't look like they had the confidence to put the ball in the back of the net. Today, they have a scrappy Ndidi goal, a Jamie Vardy penalty miss, which wouldn't have done him any confidence, but he put that to the back of his mind, and he's come up with a big moment here for Leicester to head home from close range. 3/4 of the match played, 1/4 to go. Can West Brom complete a comeback? They'll have to score soon. Well, they're making a triple change here. Yakuslu coming off, the first change for the visitors, and he's going to be replaced by, I'll wait for the graphic to come up instead of guessing everyone's name. We're the good luck charm in this game, Hull City Lover. Thank you everyone in the chat for enjoying the stream. Oh, hopefully you all enjoyed the stream, is what I'm trying to say. Phillips coming on for West Brom, as well as Chalobah. So Yakuslu off, and Villa off, Mowat off for Swift, Chalobah and Phillips. So they're completely changing the midfield here, West Brom. All three midfielders that started the game off, and Chalobah, Swift, and who's the third one? God, I can't remember. Chalobah, Swift, I can't remember. Can't remember what I've just said. In Villa, Mowat and Yakuslu off. I just have to wait for the graphics to come back up again. And West Brom are on the attack, and player goes down for the foul, and referee whims it away, says no, that's not a foul. And again, a bit scrappy and heated. Phillips, of course, Phillips, he's on. Phillips. How could I forget Phillips? What a play he is. 10 legends in here if you're enjoying the stream. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the chat on the game. Be sure to vote in the poll. 77% of people have gone for Leicester to win. 8% have gone for the draw. 15% have gone for West Brom. Keep on voting, people, and smash the like button. Let's aim for 20 likes on the stream. I'll quickly check how many we've got now, but it's 2-0 to the Foxes at this moment in time. And they're on course to go back to the top of the Championship this afternoon. At the moment, we are on... Let's have a quick look. How many likes are we on in this stream? Let's aim for 20. We are on 9 likes. Everyone in the stream, please be sure to drop a like. Let's go for 20 as always. And of course, help us reach our aim and our goal of 2,000 subscribers by Christmas Day. Be awesome if we can hit that. Left hand side for West Brom. They're looking to try and get themselves back into this game just before it's too late. We've played 71 minutes here at the King Power. Here's Kipre. Furlong now. Ball out to the right hand side where he finds Phillips. Well, I think although they've taken all three of their midfielders off that started the game, they've changed it around to go Chalobah as a holding midfielder in a DM role, and then they've gone with a front. What have they done? They've gone 2 ahead of him. It's almost a diamond in front of the front three. A diamond in midfield. Here's Harry Winks. He's been quiet today. He's got on the ball a few times, but he's not done anything incredible. Harry Winks, of course, brought in from Tottenham in the summer, as well as a load of players brought in the summer. Connor Cody seems like he's just bench warmed the whole season, to be honest, but he's got a chance today, and he's really impressed me, to be honest. Been so calm on the ball, so composed. And free kick to Leicester at the halfway line. Welcome in, Callum. How you doing, mate? Just had a haircut. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Swansea hopefully will beat Huddersfield. Fingers crossed, mate. Absolute legends, all of you. Absolute legends. Carlos Corberán, of course, he's done it with Huddersfield. He got them to the playoff final this year. It looks like it'll be much the same, but this is a huge result for Norwich City. If they beat Bristol City today at 3 o'clock, they will overtake them. Coventry and Hull also be given a big boost. They've both got games in hand. 63 and 65 points. I would include Middlesbrough and Preston in it, but they've only got 3 games to go now. They'd have to win all their games and hope 72 points would be enough, but I can't see that being enough for the playoffs now. I think it'll be high 70s, low 80s for the playoffs. Probably about 76 points for playoffs this season, 6th place. Here's West Brom, over the halfway line. Grady Diangana, bursting forward. Hamza Chowdhury yet again, standing strong. Incredible today, absolutely incredible, Hamza Chowdhury. So good for Leicester City. I'm just going to have a look if they're going to let us do our player ratings on the BBC Sports app, because of course I've really enjoyed doing them recently, player ratings, and always look forward to everyone's thoughts in the chats. Palmer on the ball for West Brom. Whoa, very nervy from the West Brom goalkeeper, and it's Celtic 2-1 in Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup semi-final, by the way, as a score update. And it's Chelsea winning 1-0, Wrexham winning 3-0 as well in their game. So Leicester 2-0. Is the player ratings able to be done? I don't think so. I think they only do it for the Premier League games, which is a shame. I wish I did it for every game. Anyway, we'll check back at full time, and I'll probably just go through the names anyway and give you my my ratings of them. That'd be a good way of doing it anyway. Onto the left hand side. Townsend making a run. Johnson inside. Johnson goes backwards to Chalobah. Swift at the edge of the box. Chalobah now whips a ball in towards Phillips and doesn't quite reach him. And Chalobah keeps the ball alive. Back to Kyle Bartley at the halfway line. West Brom will come again. 15 minutes to go at the King Power. Here's Phillips. Oh, tried a nice 1-2, and Fatawu getting involved in trying to defend, and Dewsbury Hall tried to outdo Chalobah for pace, but couldn't do it. Chalobah now going backwards to Furlong, and back to the keeper Palmer midway through his own half. Out to Kipre, charging over the halfway line, tries a nice little ball through. What a ball from Kipre! And West Brom are back in it! West Brom, what a ball! Jed Wallace slots home. What a ball from Cedric Kipre! What a ball! That is insane! That is absolutely ridiculous! From Cedric Kipre! That is ridiculous! What a ball through! Undone Leicester's defence with one pass, and Jed Wallace was on the same wavelength to get on the end of it. Well, nothing Hamza Chowdhury could do denying that one. What a ball from Cedric Kipre. That is incredible. Incredible ball. You won't find a better pass in the Championship this weekend. I promise you that. Cedric Kipre. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is filthy. What a ball through to Jed Wallace. And if there's one man for West Brom you want to slot the ball through into the back of the net, it is your skipper. And Jed Wallace has delivered. It's 2-1, and we now have a very intense last 14 minutes here at the King Power. It is not over. Welcome to the stream, footy lad. Welcome to the stream. Welcome Nexus Ghost as well. Welcome everyone. Thanks everyone for joining. And you've come in at a very interesting point where Leicester went 2-0 up and it looked like that was going to kill the game off. But now it's 2-1. Mikey Johnson has just gone off for Tom Fellows in a hope for West Brom to try and get something out of the game. On the left-hand side for West Brom, here's John Swift. Could West Brom, for all of Leicester's hard work, could they undo it in the last 15 minutes? Well, that was a lovely, lovely ball from Cedric Kipre. I promise you, you will not find a better goal, a better assist this weekend. Ridiculous. And it looks like Dennis Pratt's about to come on here for Leicester. Goals conceded in the Championship this season from the 76th to 90 plus minute. It's been the most goals in this time period. 14 for Leicester City. 14 goals conceded after the 75th minute. West Brom will be hoping to add another one in the closing stages this afternoon. We now have an incredible game on our hands. If anyone's new to the channel, please do consider dropping a like and subscribing to the stream. Subscribing to the channel. The aim is 20 likes in the stream, and the aim is 2,000 subscribers by Christmas Day. I know you legends are going to help me get there. There's Tom Fellows on the left hand side. Fellows, 31 on his back, charging down. You've got Connor Cody to beat. Fellows on the outside, now inside the penalty area. You've got Townsend with him. Fellows goes alone. Goes backwards to Chalobah. With a freshening of the legs in the midfield for West Brom has been the trick that Carlos Corbehan has found from his magic wand. Here's Phillips. Ball into the box. It goes. Oh, what a challenge by Yannick Vestergaard. And the corner's been conceded by the Foxes. But what a challenge that was from Yannick Vestergaard to deny Jed Wallace the equaliser. Lovely ball in from Phillips. And corner ball here for West Brom to try gain a point after being 2 goals down. They should have scored much earlier on in the game. They finally get the goal. And ball in. Cleared away only to the edge of the box. Shot fired in. Blocked in the crowd. Leicester have a lot of defending to do here as West Brom apply the pressure. Here's Fellows. Whips one in towards the centre. Away by Vestergaard. Not clear though. Keeper goes down for appeals for a penalty. That's not given. Chalobah finds John Swift midway through the Leicester half. Every Leicester player in blue, all behind the ball, including the highlighted goalkeeper, of course, Hermansson, obviously. And Leicester push West Brom all the way back to the keeper, Palmer, out to Kipre. Well, this game is far from over. Far from over. No worries, Nexus Ghost. Hopefully you enjoy the stream anyway. Furlong comes inside. And as always, guys, be sure to smash the subscribe button and the like button. Because there's 10 minutes to go here. Plus, I'd say about 5 minutes added on. Ball over by Kipre. This time to Wallace again. But into the corner. And fired back out towards Townsend. Townsend to Chalobah this time. He'll go backwards to... No, he won't. He faked me there. Chalobah out to the left-hand side. Townsend. Fellows. To Swift inside. Now Chalobah once again. Here's Darnell Furlong. Leicester trying to stand strong. What a huge 3 points this would be to put them back on top of the Championship. They've been there for so long this season. And in recent weeks they've been knocked off the top of the tree. But they hope to go back here. Until at least Monday. They'll be there all weekend. Of course, no Ipswich play this weekend. Southampton do pile the pressure on Leeds. And Leeds play on Monday night against Middlesbrough. We'll be live for that one, guys. So make sure you have notifications on the channel for that. Ball fired over to the right where Phillips is. Furlong now. Inside to Chalobah. Chalobah back to Furlong. Lovely bit of play this from West Brom. But Leicester still standing strong. They refuse to concede and they refuse to be beaten. Leicester fans praying in the crowd, in the stands. The nerves are real. You can sense it through the TV screen. They just want the final whistle. And a substitution for either side here. So it's going to be... Who's the sub going to be here? Jed Wallace, the captain, the goal scorer, coming off for West Brom. He's going to be replaced by Josh Madger. He's on to try and rescue a point here at the King Power. And Keenan Dewsbury Hall is off for Leicester. He was a doubt going into the game, and he's been replaced by Dennis Pratt, the Belgium. He's on for the final moments here to try see this one out for the Foxes. Faze with the throw-in. Bartley wins the ball back and he goes back to Palmer inside his own penalty area. Can Leicester see this one out? It'll be a huge victory and a huge opportunity for the chasing teams below West Brom to try catch up to them today. Close the gap. Of course, it could be huge in what order the teams finish in for the playoffs later on in the season. Of course, the season ends in just 2 weeks today. There's so much is still yet to be decided. Of course, only one team has been confirmed relegated in the Championship, and no one's been confirmed promoted. Ball into the box from Phillips to the back post. Goes all the way through to Townsend. To Fellows. Here's John Swift. Edge of the box here for West Brom. The white shirts are flooding into the penalty area. Fellows gets the ball into the box. Faze climbs highest to get it away. And Wout Faze just happy enough to concede the throw in here. And the referee has given a free kick actually to Leicester, and to the frustration of the West Brom players, they can't believe the referee's given that. And it's Wilfred Ndidi just gone down here. You feel he's just gone down to take the sting out of the game here, just to stop the West Brom momentum. It's never a free kick, to be honest, but it's clever from Ndidi. Oh, actually, from that angle, Ndidi's gone down to put his head down, and Furlong's almost kicked him in the face. So actually, yeah, that is a free kick. Brom Wood relegated from the National League. Really sad stuff to see that. Really sad stuff for Brom Wood. Of course, they had a really good run in the FA Cup. Was it this season or last season? Very, very recent. Brom Wood. And hopefully they make a speedy return to the National League soon. But a sad day for them and their football club. We'll wrap up the National League final day at the end of this stream as well. But of course, in this game, 5 minutes to go for West Brom to find the equaliser, all for Leicester to potentially bottle it yet again, having led 2-0. Vardy missed from the spot, but before that, West Brom had a host of chances where I don't know how they haven't scored more than one in this game. And Hamza Chowdhury receives the captain armband as Vardy has been substituted here for the Foxes. Hamza Chowdhury, by the way, my man of the match. We probably announced it now in the 85th minute. Been my man of the match since he denied Johnson that big chance earlier on. So Vardy off, Patson Daka on, just to give a bit of energy in the press and run those legs into the ground. Without phase. Flicked over by Winks to Maviadidi. Patson Daka now, and Hamza Chowdhury's actually been bucked in this one. Yellow card for him. The graphic just showing. Here's Chowdhury to Connor Cody. And Vestergaard goes back to his keeper Hermansson, who hits it first time towards Fatawu. And Dennis Pratt is tidying up there, but he's running backwards. Hoofs it down the line. Gives the ball back to West Brom, where Connor Townsend will have a throw in. There's not long left. So everyone in the chat, let us know your added on time bingo. I'll go 5 minutes. We've still got 4 minutes to the 90 to go, but just in case I forget, added on time bingo. How long is going to be added on? Let us know in the chat. I'll go, as I say, for 5 minutes to be added on here at the end of this one. Let us know in the chat. Here's Swift, forced backwards to keep rate, and goes back across to the keeper, Palmer, out to Bartley on this right hand side now. Bartley with a long ball forward, searching forward, but it's a really pull ball in the end, and a bit of tennis in the midfield, brought down by Harry Winks. Winks charging towards the right hand side, finds Dennis Pratt, cross to teammate in for Tawu. Now Chowdhury, and back to Cody, back to the keeper now. Leicester just keeping the ball, just making West Brom run round. Paul's gone 4 minutes to be added on. Okay. Very similar predictions here. I'll go with you, Paul, and say 4 minutes added on here. Any gun going for as well. At the end of added time bingo. The ball with Palmer. 2 minutes 45 to play. Scrinson's gone 6 minutes. Okay, so 2 people going for 4. I've gone for 5. Scrinson's gone for 6 minutes at the end of this one. Let us know in the chat how long added on to this one. 2.5 minutes left to play. And a yellow card's been dished out here to... It hasn't actually shown who's it for. Ooh, Patterson Daka. That is a very late tackle on Daryl Furlong. Yellow card to Patterson Daka then. He's come on to take one for the team, and that certainly is taking one for the team. And another substitution here for Leicester City. I'm sure that you're only allowed 3 windows to make your subs. I feel like this is their 4th. As Mavia Didi, is it Mavia Didi? Yeah, Mavia Didi being withdrawn, and on comes James Justin for the Foxes. But West Brom are in the penalty area. Fellows just couldn't bring the ball down under his control. And the referee said it went out of play before that. Corner kick to the Albion. 1.5 minutes of the 90 to play. James Justin on to help see Leicester through the final few moments of this one. Almost every West Brom player up. The keeper not up yet. Ball into the box. In swinging corner. Headed away from Yannick Vestergaard behind his own goal. And it's going to be a corner the opposite side now for West Brom. Applying the pressure. Late on in this huge game at the top of the Championship, Leicester as it stands will go back to the top of the league. Well, this will be a huge result for the chasing pack in the playoffs, including Norwich, who if they win against Bristol City will go 5th. Ball in from the near side this time, away by Vestergaard yet again. And only as far as Swift, edge of the box. 45 seconds left of the 90 before we find out how long's added time. So last chance to get your added time predictions in. Everyone's gone between 4 and 6 minutes so far. And free kick to West Brom in a central position. Edge of the D. They take it short. Left hand side for Connor Townsend. Townsend goes backwards. Tries a nice ball in towards Keeprey. He's staying up there, Keeprey. Right to tackle. Ooh, goes down and free kick. Not given and thrown on the far side to Leicester. Right, how long's added on, referee? How long's we got? We have got, if they're going to say, 6 added minutes. So Scrinson, the only one in the chat right on that one. On added time bingo. 6 additional minutes to be played here at the King Power. To the delight of the travelling fans, and the Leicester fans won't be too happy with that one. They'll want only 1 minute. But 6 added minutes here to be played at the King Power. And still all to play for. Going into the final moments here. Leicester have done all they can. Enzo Maresca's brought on all his changes. While West Brom and Carlos Corberán have also freshened up the midfield. Leicester chairman's here today to watch this game. He'll be hoping his side can hold on to the win. Here's Chalobah for West Brom charging out. We've played 1 of the 6 added minutes. Out to the left hand side. Keeprey to Chalobah. Leicester high and intense in their press. But West Brom playing through it with Chalobah. Out to the left hand side. Swift to Connor Townsend. It's now or never for the Baggies. Bingo. Ball into the box for West Brom, away by Vestergaard. The man mountain he is, the Danish centre back. But West Brom will come again on the left hand side. They go backwards to Keeprey in the centre circle. Keeprey charging forward. Across to Bartley. Every Leicester defender, every Leicester player behind the ball. Townsend on the left-hand side. Charging forward. He's got Winks to beat. Townsend from distance. Ooh, over the bar and wide. His eyes lit up there. But in the end, a bit selfish from the Albion man. His eyes lit up. Did that take a deflection? There's an argument that that's gone out for a corner. What have they given? Goal kick. And 2 of the 6 minutes have been played. The Leicester fans trying to get their team over the line here. The 12th man in the crowd. Scrinton says you can see a late goal for West Brom. They would break the Foxes fans' hearts. That would be incredible if Leicester, having been 2-0 up, would bottle it just like they bottled the league, as many people are saying. But they're trying to fix that now this season while they can. Of course, a game on Tuesday night against Southampton, that is absolutely massive for them, their game in hand. And that could confirm their promotion, potentially, to the Premier League. With just 1 game then after that. No, 2 games after that then to play. I forget, I keep thinking about League 1. So that wouldn't confirm their promotion actually. They have to do it next weekend. Should they win this one? Should they hold on and should they win midweek against Southampton, which is a really tricky game. And Didi now in the referee's box. So many Leicester players just taking yellow cards, taking one from the team just to break the play up. We've played 3.5 minutes of the additional 6. Townsend on the left hand side. For Albion, charging forward, now finds John Swift. Leicester standing strong. Chalobah backwards to Kyle Bartley. Bartley onto the right hand side now. With Fellows. Goes backwards to Bartley. Floats one across to the left hand side. Away by James Justin. And out for a throw in to the Albion. And Townsend takes it quickly. I thought he was going to launch that one in. The Furlong and the big defenders from the back for Albion are getting in the box here. Leicester players climbing over each other to get the ball away. It's Swift at the edge of the box. Shot! Oh, what a save by Mads Hermansson. Down to his left hand side really quickly. John Swift at the edge of the box. Tried to outside the foot. Travella it into the corner. I feel like he was just going out of play anyway. But Hermansson was down to just about get on the end of it. Well, as it stands, they'll be 2 points clear. Enzo Maresca's men 2 points clear of Ipswich, who don't play this weekend, with 3 games to go, 2 of which are at home, 1 away to Deepdale at Preston. But Southampton on the 23rd, Preston on the 29th, and Blackburn at home on the final day of the season for the Foxes. They've had an incredible season. They've set new records. But recently, since the turn of the calendar year, they've started to slip off. 1 minute to be played here. 1 minute to go. James Justin for the throw-in. He's going to try and get it to a Leicester teammate to hold it in the corner here. Indeedy. Surrounded by white shirts there, and West Brom will get the ball away. Here's Palmer. It's now or never for West Bromwich Albion. They've been in the game. They've been toe-to-toe. They've been as good as Leicester City. But it's the result at the end that matters. Of course, it ended 2-1 at the Hawthorns earlier on in the season. There was a late goal in that one in added time for Leicester to wrap up the game. Could there be more drama here? 20 seconds to go. The Leicester fans inside the stadium think it's all over. They're celebrating as Leicester will take their time here. And the referee's actually gone across here. What's happening? It's out of the TV shot, so I can't actually tell what's going on, but the referee's just run away from play. And it's Maviadidi who's down on the deck here. Steffi, is it Mavi? No, it's Fatawu, sorry. Fatawu. Maviadidi went off, didn't he? Fatawu, but he's back on his feet now. We've played over the 6 added minutes. How long's the ref going to allow you to play on? Probably another minute. Because of course there's a minimum of 6 added time. Throwing for Leicester to get as far down the line as they can. Headed back that way by Kipre. Cody hits it forward. A bit of tennis in the midfield. Both teams really want to get something. Right, Faze now, the Belgium defender. Hoofs it forward. Ball now with Palmer. Floats on forward. It's now or never for the Baggies. On to the left hand side. Final attack. It's gone out for a throw in, has it? No. Still in play. And Leicester win the free kick. And I think that's job done now. West Brom players go across to complain to the referee. But lovely bit of play there from Harry Winks. That's what experience brings you. Felt the contact. Went down. Definitely a foul. And he's made the referee make a decision there. And he's given the right one there. Cedric Kipre is absolutely fuming. And he's been bucked here. His 11th yellow card of the season. And that is it. That's full time. Absolute scenes. Absolute jubilation here at the King Power. Enzo Maresca is buzzing. His first season as a manager. Having come in from Man City in the summer. Enzo Maresca and his Leicester City side have done it. They are top of the Championship yet again. 91 points. The first team in the Championship this season to get over the 90-point threshold. Absolute jubilation here at the King Power. Hamza Chowdhury getting his side over the line in the end with two incredible blocks late on. He's single-handedly, you could say, won Leicester this game. But so much to talk about. West Brom, they had the chances to win the game. They just couldn't get over the line. But the Foxes, in the end, stood strong. And Hamza Chowdhury, for me, my man of the match. Terrific display from the central midfielder. He come in to replace, I think he was one of the changes today. To be brought on, and of course ending the game with the captain's armband. What a result it is. And let's see what this does to the league table in the Championship. By the way, 28 votes, absolute legends, everyone that voted. 79% of people said Leicester would win, 7% to the draw, 14% said West Brom to win. And what does this do for the table? Let's have a look. Massive win for Leicester. Massive win. There we have it. In black and white. Leicester City, 43 games played. The same as Ipswich, the same as Leeds. 91 points. 2 more than Ipswich. 4 more than Leeds. And of course, Southampton a game in hand on Leicester. And they will meet at the King Power on Tuesday night. That could be huge. Because imagine Southampton win away at Cardiff today. That's 87 points. And then going into the game on Tuesday, 4 points separate them. So that could either kill Southampton's dreams of the top 2. Or if they win that one, that could kill Leicester's hopes of winning the title. Huge win. Huge win for the Foxes. Well, of course, after defeat last time out to Plymouth, let's click on Leicester. Why can't we click on Leicester? After a huge defeat, let's search Leicester. Let's have a look at their recent fixtures, where they've been slipping up. So, of course, last time out it was against Plymouth, away from home. That's where they've been struggling recently. Lost to Millwall, away from home. Won at home against Birmingham. Won at home against Norwich. It seems to be a fortress, this place. Away, look, every defeat is away. Lost away to Chelsea, drew away to Hull, they actually won away to Sunderland, lost at home to QPR. The last time they lost at the King Power was 2-1 to QPR, but that was the start of their slip up, really, wasn't it? You know, away from home they won against Bournemouth, lost away to Leeds, lost at home to Middlesbrough, but really they've been consistent at home, haven't they? They haven't slipped up many times. You know, win at home against Sheffield Wednesday, away to Stoke 5-0, but on the whole, it's been at home where they've been the better, and away from home where they've been slipping up. So, what I think is huge is that the game midweek is at home for Leicester, is at home against Southampton, which is why I think they'll win. Absolute jubilation, by the way, at the King Power. They're still celebrating. It's like they've sealed the title. But they know they've taken a huge step today towards that, because now the hardest game of the season left is Southampton midweek. The game in hand. That's the hardest fixture left. Then it's away to Preston. If they win that one, they'll win the league. And then it's home against Blackburn on the final day, which I think they'll be safe by then. Wow. So that's the only potential slip up, these 2 games. Hamza Chowdhury still celebrating on the pitch. So going the whole ground, clapping the fans. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. So back to the Championship then, and back to the table. It's great luck in for Leicester City. 91 points then. Their 29th win of the season. Level on goal difference with Leeds United. They've scored 81 goals in the Championship this season. The third highest, sorry. 39 goals conceded all season. And West Brom, what this does for the playoffs now, because if Norwich win against Bristol City at home, which you probably expect them to do, they will go into 5th place. Hull, Coventry as well. I wouldn't include Middlesbrough because they haven't got a game in hand, but Hull and Coventry have got the game in hand against each other, which is massive. Of course, Coventry not in action this weekend. They're in FA Cup action tomorrow. If Hull can win today, they have to win. They have to win away to Watford. That really does pile the pressure onto West Brom, because if Hull win today and then beat Coventry in that game in hand, that's huge. That's huge. For Coventry, their games in hand will be Hull and Ipswich. So a lot harder, but definitely able to do it. And West Brom, they're slipping up at the wrong time. Let's have a look at West Brom's recent form, because they really have started to slip up. A loss today. Of course, they lost. They lost against Sunderland at home. They beat Rotherham, but then they drew away to Stoke, drew at home to Watford. They looked like they were going to be relentless. They drew to Millwall, beat Bristol, beat Huddersfield, drew to QPR, and beat Coventry. But recently, they've started to drop points, and crucial points at a crucial time in the season. Wow, wow, wow. So, in the Championship, well, of course, it's the final day in the National League. How's the table finished there? How's the table finished there? Oh, wow. Aberdeen equalised against Celtic 2-2. 90th minute. They're going to extra time. Wow. Huge for Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup semi-finals there. So some huge games this afternoon. But first of all, Exeter beat in Northampton. Wrexham beat Crewe. And in the National League, on the final day, Watchalong beat Oxford. Barnet beat Kidderminster Harriers. Chesterfield win to lift the league title trophy as well. What a season for them. They'll be in the EFL next season. Hartlepool winning 4-3 against Dorking. Dagenham Redbridge 3, Aldershot Town 3. Wealdstone 3, Oldham 2. Working beat Flyde 3-0. So what does that do for the table there? What does that do for the National League table? Let's have a look. So 98 points. They've won the league. They really could have won the league by a lot more points, really. They as soon as they won the league, they did slip up a lot. Barnet finished second. Bromley finished third. Altrincham fourth. They'll have to go into the semi-finals, the quarter-finals of the playoffs, against Halifax over 2 legs. Aldershot missing out on 2 points. Southend missing out as well. And towards the bottom, York City survived by a point on the final day. A draw for Boreham Wood wasn't enough on the final day. They're relegated. They had to win, and it was going to be possible. Kidderminster Harriers, Boreham Wood, Dorking Wanderers, and Oxford City all relegated to the next step of the National League, where it's the National League North and National League South final days today as well, which is incredible. It is incredible. Let's catch up with the chat. Massive win for Leicester here. Thank you for the stream, and good luck, Swansea. See you later, Tristan. Absolute legend, Paul. Thank you very much for joining as always. And yes, guys, stream at 5:15 for not the FA Cup game. We'll be watching that while we're live. So it's sort of a double watch long, but our main focus on the big game, QPR v Preston. Let's just have a look at what this means to the table. QPR v Preston at the bottom. Let's go to Championship. QPR, it doesn't mean anything for Preston now. They're out of the playoff race. But for QPR, they're getting dragged back into it. 47 points, 3 points off Huddersfield Town. If Huddersfield win this afternoon, Birmingham win, and Stoke win, QPR will end the day going into the game against Preston in the relegation zone. So massive game for QPR. If they win, take a huge step towards survival. But so many big games. We'll update you about all the 3 o'clock games as after they've happened, before the game later on. I think I'll go live about 5:05, so we have 10 minutes to preview the game Talk about all the 3 o'clock games instead of doing it at half time, although we'll revisit it at half time as well. Right, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to have a look at the Swans lineup as well, quickly, while I'm here. Saves me doing that in a second. The Swans lineup against Huddersfield Town. Big game. For Huddersfield, they have to win today, don't they? Nichols, Pearson, Helik, Lees, Spencer, Matos, Kasumu, Thomas, Rudoni, Karoma, Buzog. I look at it and I think, yeah, definitely expected to be down the bottom of the Championship. But on the bench, of course, Reece Healy, ex-Cardiff players. Swansea have gone Rushworth, Kikabangu, Darling, Timon, Fulton, Grimes, Ronald, Cooper, Patterson, Cullen. So I think that's exactly the same team as the last 2 games. Who's on the bench? Fisher, Yates, Lowe, Bettino, Kulhahedovic, Woods back on the bench, Humphreys is on the bench, Walsh and Abdullah. And John Busby, the referee there. Don't think that's a good thing. Wow, okay, so I'm going to wrap the stream up there, people. What a game, as Scrinson2 says. Absolutely, what a game indeed. Wow, what a day. What a day for it. So, to sum up, Leicester having won today, they go back to the top of the Championship, having beaten West Brom by 2-1. The game in the first 15 minutes, it was all West Brom. They should have scored 2-3 times. Mikey Johnson with a few big opportunities. He just couldn't take them. Hamza Chowdhury with a huge goal line clearance. But in the second third of the first half, it was all Leicester, and they got the breakthrough through Palmer not being able to hold on to the ball, and then Didi tapping home from close range, and then missing a penalty. Jimmy Vardy on the stroke of half time hitting the post. Going into the second half, it was Leicester threatening, and they got their goal to go 2-0 up against West Brom early doors through Jamie Vardy, the man who missed the penalty. West Brom had loads of chances. Grady Diangana, I don't know how he didn't score this game. Absolutely ridiculous. Hamza Chowdhury, yet again with a second goal line clearance. What could be huge for Leicester, and it was in this game, as it proves to be. West Brom did get one back. Cedric Kipre with an unbelievable pass to put through Jed Wallace to get a consolation goal, and in the end, that's all it was. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you again at 5:05 this evening for QPR against Preston. Have a fantastic afternoon, guys. I hope to see as many of you guys there as possible. Make sure you've liked, make sure you subscribed, and I'll see you later on. Hopefully you've all enjoyed the stream. I'll see you in a bit, guys. Take care. Goodbye. Leicester are back, top of the league, while West Brom slip up.